What's going on, YouTube land? It is Elizabeth, aka Miss Biz. Blah. I have wine. So, anyway, I'm coming to you with another anime. Now, mind you, all of these animes that I'm going to talk about right now is on Crunchyroll. You can also look them up on GoGo Anime or Kiss Anime, and you can watch them because they have everything in alphabetical order, and you should be able to find them. Um, some of them are new, some of them are not so new. Most of them are probably not that new at all. So the one that I'm going to talk about is called Hamatora. Hamatora is um, actually become one of my favorite animes. Um, I am bothered by the ending. But let me give you a little skinny on it. So they live in this world. There are people called minimums. Now there are several types of minimums. You have ones that can control space, some that can control time, some that can control and manipulate molecular structures of objects, different things like that. Um, they did scientific experiments where they were able to either bring these abilities out, and sometimes when they came out, they would try to enhance it. So while they were trying to enhance all these different um, abilities, um, they my brain is slowing down. While they were trying to enhance all these abilities, some of the experiments that they tried to do was not good. Now, mind you, they did all of this on children. My pores is big. I'm sorry, but they did all of these experiments on kids, children, children. So you see some of these children turn into adults. You find out that there is a school that um, these kids go to in order to further their abilities, to train with them, and different things like that. So that way the government um, basically keeps them on the low low. So there are several main characters. There are two main characters. One, it has an obvious minimum, which they found out is in the brain, and then there are other minimums where it's not in the brain, it's in another part of the body, which actually changes and shifts the entire scientific research because they never looked anywhere else. Kind of like how science is now, because when do you find people who are willing to accept what they don't want to, even when it's like proof in front of their eyes? You know. So anyway, that's basically what kind of happens with this. And they're so this show has so many twists and turns that it's not even funny. The premise is that there's a serial killer. You get introduced to the serial killer. It starts off kind of slow. It's only 12 episodes, but when it picks up, boy, does it stay picked up. Um, it has funny, but there's a lot of suspense. There's a lot of twists and turns that you do not see coming. Now, mind you, I've watched so much anime, known and unknown, that it's not even funny. And this was one of them that the twists and turns that were actually my favorite. Some people stay dead, others don't. And when you find out why, it's really interesting. Um, but it was amazing, amazing, amazing storyline, amazing plot line. You get to see the characters grow, but you also get to see them change. Um, you get to they and then you get to watch the characters learn some things about themselves and about other people. Um, you get to see the motivations of the serial killer as they talk about it, and as they talk about it, and then you get to look in their past. Some you'll find that some people change and some people were always the way they were. And then you find out who's who and what's what. It's really interesting. But when you find out that certain minimums don't have it in their brain and they never researched that, that is a whole nother thing. And then when you find out what some people had to do, or how you have all these random minimums coming out of nowhere, where they ended up acquiring these abilities and they did not go to the school, and some were born with it, others developed it through these schools and then were trained in it, and the public doesn't know about it until they do. So, it's really interesting. Um, the cool thing about this whole show is that I could not find the holes in it. Usually, when you watch something, there are things that are incomplete, there are things that are not fully explained, there are things that are left up to the imagination, or that are kind of open, or there are inconsistencies in a show or in a movie. This doesn't have that. But I will say, the ending bothers the mess out of me. But when you know who the characters are and the type of character you're dealing with, you understand why it had to end that way. And the fact that I couldn't think of a better way of how it happened and why it happened, it, oh my gosh. But it's such a great anime. Um, Hamatora, Hamatora. It's a really good show. It's awesome to watch. I think it's 2 seasons, so I think it's 24 episodes in all. But it was spectacular, a wonderful find, an amazing watch, and kudos to who made it. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant storyline. Brilliant characters, and just how everything plays out. Although I will say this, that the lead character kind of annoyed me because they were kind of cocky, and they get humbled like bad. Like they get all the way humbled. Like, you don't want to be cocky no more the way he gets humbled. Because if people have the ability to humble you in the worst way, they will. If you think you big, bad, and bougie, you will find somebody who may not be as big or as bad or as bougie as you, but they're smarter than you. And they will exploit the weaknesses that they found in you, even though you may not think you have a weakness. Boy, this thing taught me some stuff. This taught me some stuff for real. Gave me some reminders when I was young and cocky. Oh, I had some pains in my chest. I was like, "Ooh, this hits too close to home." But otherwise, like I said, it's an awesome, awesome movie. But that was the only thing that I found that I was kind of annoyed with, was the fact that the kid, uh, the main character who had the craziest minimum, was cocky, but the fact that he was humbled by those he was facing was, and the way he's humbled, completely savage. Utter savagery. There was no mercy at the way he was humbled. No mercy. So yeah, watch it. But if you like this review, give it a like. Comment in the comment section down below. Subscribe. If you're new, welcome. But yeah, I'm gonna probably watch some more anime or play a video game. I don't know which one yet. It's like 1 something in the morning. But I will talk to you guys later. And this is Ms. Biz signing off. Deuces.